let's kick it off where we started our evening. At Brebeuf, the Braves hosting defending 3A state champ Chatard. Opening round of the sectionals. No surprise from the Chatard offense. They're going to run the ball. In fact, the first 10 plays of the game all went to Gabe Coleman. Finishing off with a 2-yard touchdown run. Chatard got the first score of the game in a 7-0 advantage. Second drive, they keep running it. This time it's Jared Stiver getting the calls, and watch him go in a hurry. 42 yards for this touchdown, and the finish at the goal line, 14-0. Looked like the Trojans are going to run away with this one entirely, but Brebeuf got one back in the second quarter. Luke Iffert passes over the middle. Clay Meyer gets it across for the TD, 14-7. There was still 1:45 left in the half, though, and Chatard strikes again. They don't throw it much, but it's effective when they do. Billy Dury to Graham Jager. Big pass beats the defense. He'll sneak in the corner of the end zone. Around the corner, there he is. Chatard advances to the sectional semis with a 28-7 victory. And good evening to you, everyone. Thanks for being with us here on your Friday night. I am Brad Brown. Dave First out on assignment. Michael Grady will be over there in just a couple of minutes. Always exciting to get to this, week number 10, the first night of the state football tournament. Perhaps you could call it the fall edition of Hoosier Hysteria. Well, the Class 6A teams get a bye week. They will start their sectionals next Friday. Only a couple games in Class 5A tonight, but one of those was perhaps the best matchup in the entire state. Number 2 New Pal hosting number 4 Columbus East, and our Dave Marin was there.
This game had the hype to be great. 8-1 Columbus versus undefeated 9-0 New Pal. But tonight, no one had the answer to stop the Olympians. Building a 20-7 lead in the first half, Columbus East would open the second half with a drive that ate up clock and ended with a Jamon Hogan touchdown. But it wasn't just the offense. Here, Cole McCarter with the stop. And watch Ty Henderson chase down Gunnar Large. Start of the fourth quarter was more Hogan. His second touchdown of the night, 122 yards rushing. The Olympians on the road beat New Pal 35-7.
Well, I tell you what, it's a big game for the first round. You know, they're an elite program of the state. You know, our kids have been looking forward to playing them again, and these have been, you know, epic battles. And tonight, I thought both teams battled.
Win, survive, move on is what we always tell our kids. And you know, we'll enjoy this one tonight, but we'll get to work tomorrow morning.
Dave Marin, Friday Football Frenzy.
Columbus East is a huge team, and they have got themselves a pretty good path to make it quite a ways in this tournament. They're going to have Martinsville coming up next week. Now, most of the rest of 5A had the night off, so we'll have these games next week. Decatur Central at Zionsville. Plainfield coming into town to take on Arsenal Tech. County rivals Franklin and Whiteland. There's also games up in Muncie and at Lafayette involving area teams all trying to advance to the sectional finals. Well, now let's get back to tonight's action. Roncalli is the top-ranked team in Class 4A. The Rebels finished their first unbeaten regular season since 1999. Hard to believe that. Trying to get back to their first state finals in 11 years. And looking good at home against Northview. Rebels had the game well in hand in the second half. A large part of that was their defense. Here getting a gang tackle to stop it at the line, and then another stop right here in the middle. We saw plenty of this tonight. Northview with nowhere to run, nowhere to go. Another third down play there coming up. Luke Hanley comes out to make the takedown, stops that drive short of the first down, and it all adds up in the end of the Rebels going to 10-0 with a 35-14 win. The other half of their bracket had Beech Grove at Lebanon. This was a wild game. This is the first play of the night. Handoff to Isaiah Hulse. The running back's going to heave it. What a great throw. Down the field to Dylan Allen, 75 yards for that first TD. And off and running we were tonight. Beech Grove had the early advantage. A ton of big plays after that, though. Here's Lebanon's Jalen Washington. One move and gone. All about the speed. Washington had 3 TDs last week, a couple more tonight. By the time they were done, look at this score. 110 points on the board, like a good old basketball game in the middle of the winter. But tonight it's 62-48 for the Lebanon Tigers. It will be Roncalli at Lebanon next week. That one should be a lot of fun to watch. Mississinawa, another area unbeaten in Class 4A. The Indians get a big win over Logansport tonight, 49-6. They will make a trip to Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger next week. Dwenger is the defending Class 4A state champion. Let's keep it in 4A. Shelbyville hosting East Central. EC lost to Dwenger at the state finals a year ago. It's the Golden Bears. Scoring first at home, John Lux to Damon Lux, senior to junior. Yes, they're related. 7-0, the advantage right there for Shelbyville. The story of the night, though, East Central running back Logan Story. runs in for the TD here. He added a 52-yarder in the second half, more than 230 yards rushing. Big performance, part of a 41-27 win for East Central. They'll host Franklin County next week. Let's move down the line to Class 3A. We saw defending champ Chatard at the top of the show. The pairing opposite the Trojans in the sectional bracket featured a pair of teams primed to make a deep tourney run. Michael Grady is back from Hendricks County with that one. Hi, Grady.
Thanks a lot, Brad. Yeah, Guerin Catholic coming off of one of their most successful regular seasons in program history. 7-2 on the year, and they were a game away from winning the Circle City Conference title, taking on a TriWest team that won a state title just 2 years ago. To TriWest now, again, only 3 losses all season between these two teams, and it looked to be a good one on paper, but the Bruins led 14-zip at the break. First drive of the second half for Guerin, and they're stopped on third down. They have to settle for a field goal. Next drive for the Bruins, Jake Hill to Judd Grubbs for the touchdown. You know, Judd Grubbs is an awesome name, by the way. 21-3 Bruins. Next drive for the Golden Eagles, Peyton Hendershot comes up with a huge sack. He also had a big game receiving for TriWest as well. Guerin, they turn it over on downs. Bruins still rolling. Late fourth quarter. This is one of Derek Lucas's 4 touchdowns on the night. TriWest wins 35-3.
We enjoy this tonight, and that's what I told the kids. You know, we're not going to celebrate. We're going to enjoy this tonight. They got till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you just can't. I mean, it's probably the unfortunate side of winning in the tournament. You don't have time to sit back and enjoy it. So we'll give them tonight, and then we come in tomorrow morning. Then it's another work week, and we're not going to think about this. We're just going to get better one day at a time next week.
They are focused. To Danville now, the Warriors taking on the Northwest Space Pioneers, but it was Danville playing out of this world tonight. Quarterback Christian Schabel with the big hit. That was their opening drive of the game. It caps off this way as Alex Skinner gets in for the score. 7-0 Warriors. Later, watch this beautiful pass. Nice touch on this ball to number 84, Ben Stevens. Hit in stride for the big play. They would add another touchdown, go up 2 scores, and they would keep rolling. Third possession of the game. This time, Stevens gets into the end zone. Danville wins big, 53-12. That's their first sectional win in 3 years when they put up 77 points in a sectional victory. They haven't advanced to a sectional championship game since 2007, a streak they'll look to break next week. Brad?
Grady, thanks. By the way, TriWest at Chatard next week. TriWest coming into the city for that sectional semifinal. Should be a good one. Let's go back and talk about Class 6A real quick. There's only 4 teams in each of those sectionals, so they get a bye week here at the start of the tournament. But some great games on the schedule next week. Let's look at some of the area matchups for 6A next Friday. A pair of Hamilton County showdowns. Carmel at HSC and Noblesville at Fishers. The winners of those two will be a sectional final the week after. Ben Davis at Brownsburg might be the best of this lot. Cathedral is in the 6A tourney now after winning 5A the last couple years. They face LN. Franklin Central makes a short trip to Warren Central, and Southport and Perry, a township battle. The winners of all these games will move on to the 6A sectional finals. Let's give you another game tonight. 1A. Bud Wright, Sheridan Blackhawks hosting South Putnam. Sheridan had 35 points in the first half, but they were not done. Get a look at Joe Callahan. Taking it all the way down, headed for the goal line. One last ankle tackle, though, takes him down at the 2. Bummed he didn't get the TD, but Sheridan would clean that up on the very next play. Quarterback taking care of it. Drake Delph, the keeper, for 6. Sheridan moves on with the 49-12 win. They go to Fountain Central next week. Now, a pair of area unbeatens moving on in 1A. Monroe Central wins at 62 points on the board as they beat Southern Wells. Monroe hosts Tri-Central next week, and we can tell you Covenant Christian beat Turkey Run. That's just a 55-6 final. First ever football sectional win for CC. They will play at North Vermilion next week. Another great Friday night of games. Got all the highlights. You want to see them again online at the Indy Channel.